I didn't murder anybody. Did you not see these two girls dead?
These are the haunting moments when children were caught on camera just before their lives were tragically cut short. We begin with an 8-year-old girl happily recording a TikTok video, completely unaware that her gun-wielding neighbor was only moments away from unleashing unimaginable horror on her and her family.
Ребята, всем привет, у меня сейчас жесть история. У нас там сосед, он пьяный, он, стучится на дверь, всю ломает нафиг. Он уже несколько минут здесь стоит, стучится, орёт, матерится. Мне страшно, блин. Он вообще... Мне страшно. Я с братом младшим, старшим, и там еще ремонт делают. Папа ушел в магазин. Я не знаю, что делать, Он нам сейчас дверь сломает. Жесть просто, капец. Мне очень страшно, у меня сердце бьется, жесть. Я боюсь, у меня просто...
On February 23, 2021, 9-year-old Felicia Konchuk, a cheerful Russian girl who adored making TikTok videos, had just hit record. Not far away, their 33-year-old neighbor, Vasily Dunets, drunk, unstable, and struggling with mental health issues, began pounding on their front door and shouting profanities.
У меня просто... Теперь он сначала прям долбился, будто ногой, а теперь вот долбиться, это прям слышно. Это очень жестко слышно. Мне просто башка раскалывается. Это он только что стучал, вот. Я как смогла, так записал, блин. Я боюсь, я пойду опять. Скажу вам по-честному, он уже, час где-то стоит, стучится. Я уже, сердце страшно. Жестко. Это жестко. Мой брат, спрятался.
For over an hour, the relentless banging continued. When Felicia's father finally arrived, the neighbor had disappeared into the night. The house fell quiet, but only for a moment. Then came a soft knock. Believing it was a friend, Felicia opened the door without hesitation, never realizing it was the same man, now armed with a gun. In an instant, he opened fire. A bullet struck Felicia in the head, and several more tore through her small frame. She collapsed, lifeless, before anyone could save her. Her father, just a few feet away in the living room, could only watch in shock, too late to stop the nightmare unfolding in front of him. Felicia was pronounced dead before reaching the hospital, leaving her father shattered and unable to process the cruelty that had stolen his little girl.
Вот она дырка, через которую пришла смерть к моей дочери. Постучался потихонечку. Как стучатся дети, когда приходят доченьки. Доча думала, подружка к ней пришла и побежала навстречу. Вот до отсюда успела добежать. Забежала моя маленькая и упала здесь. Я ее подхватил здесь на руки. 10 минут до приезда врачей ждал ее. Она истекала кровью. Я останавливал, затыкал ей. Затыкал рану. Думал, простое ранение. Она на руках умерла. Врачи сказали, несопоставимой жизнью, умерла сразу. Купили такой. Она любила спальню. Носорожек мой.
The neighbor was quickly arrested by Russian police and charged with first-degree murder. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 17 years in a Siberian prison, where the bitter cold is nothing compared to the darkness of his crime. Up next, we turn to a case so disturbing it left an entire nation in shock. CCTV footage capturing the final hours of a malnourished 6-year-old boy, beaten, starved, and tortured by the very people who were supposed to protect him. On June 17, 2020, West Midlands Police in England responded to a 999 call from 32-year-old Emma Tustin. She claimed her 6-year-old stepson, Arthur Labinjo-Hughes, had fallen down the stairs, hit his head, and was now unconscious on the floor.
Service, is the patient breathing?
Barely.
Okay, is he breathing right now though, even if he's...
Is he breathing, Tom? He keeps taking big dark breaths. Basically, my 6-year-old stepson is fallen, he's banged his head.
Okay.
And while he was on the floor, he's banged his head another 5 times.
Okay.
He's lost colour, he's got a big lump on his head.
No way. Is his breathing noisy or abnormal?
Is it noisy or abnormal? It's barely there, he's barely breathing, he's in and out, he's taking it hard.
Okay.
He's basically been treating us all up. He threw himself on the floor, he's headbutting the floor. I'm trying to pick him up in the process, he's headbutting me in the process.
Okay.
I've got him up, he was breathing like a little bit better at first.
Yeah.
Washed him down, put some water down him, tried to obviously get him
Okay.
like, a bit more colour in him, but then obviously I've seen the lump on his head that he's done to himself.
From the very first moments of that call, Emma painted a twisted picture, describing Arthur as unstable, violent, and responsible for his own injuries.
Just briefly, what happened?
Basically, he'd gone out to get me a birthday card, a cake and stuff for the kids. Arthur was told to sit on the thinking step. Arthur's put himself all over the floor. He's banged himself off the radiator. He's hit me, he's kicked me in the process and we're trying to get him back on. He's then gone on all fours on the floor and I've told him to get up. And I shut the door over and all I heard was a crack off the floor.
But when paramedics arrived, the truth began to surface.
Like I say, like the last 6 months, he's battered both my kids. He's smashed this house. And even so, I've done my best for that kid. I tried to get him off the floor. But he'd banged his head 3 or 4 times. Obviously the ambulance picked him up. He'd knocked himself unconscious. I picked him up, put him on the sofa, poured water in his mouth.
So you've come in, he's banged his head 3 or 4 times
I was
here.
in the kitchen, then I'd sat down in the living room and that's when he threw himself on the floor.
And you heard him banging his
I heard
head.
him bang his head.
So what did you do?
I came out to him and told him to get up. He told me no. So I tried to bear hug him. I put my arms underneath him and pick him up. And he dropped and he banged his head another 3 times off the floor. And as I picked him up, he hit me and he kicked me as I was trying to get him up.
Doctors at the hospital quickly realized this was no accident. Arthur's brain injuries were as severe as those seen in high-speed car crash victims, consistent with being violently thrown and having his head struck repeatedly. His tiny body was covered in more than 130 bruises, along clarity signs of salt poisoning, prolonged starvation, dehydration, and untreated fractures. Then came the most damning evidence, CCTV from inside the home. The footage showed repeated abuse, including a harrowing clip filmed just hours before Arthur's death.
Rejected.
Good luck.
In it, the boy could barely stand, his frail body shaking from severe starvation inflicted by his stepmother. Police later uncovered even more horrifying clips, showing Emma and Arthur's biological father, 29-year-old Thomas Hughes, eating lavish meals in full view of Arthur, deliberately letting him starve. Investigators concluded that Emma had inflicted the fatal head injuries, then left Arthur unconscious for over 12 minutes before calling for help, time that could have saved his life. In court, the truth finally caught up with them. Emma Tustin was found guilty of murder and child cruelty and sentenced to life in prison. Thomas Hughes was convicted of manslaughter and cruelty, receiving 21 years later increased to 24 after he appealed. Arthur's story left the country reeling, a haunting reminder that sometimes the most dangerous monsters live the home. Next, we look at a case caught on haunting child surveillance footage, showing a deranged man breaking into a home in the dead of night and abducting a 4-year-old boy who would never come back alive. On May 16, 2021, Dallas police were called after a jogger stumbled upon the body of 4-year-old Cash Gernon, stabbed to death and left by the roadside. At the time, Cash and his twin brother Carter had been living at their father's girlfriend's home. Their father had fled weeks earlier after missing a court date, leaving the boys in her care. When detectives reviewed surveillance footage from the children's bedroom, the horrifying chain of events unfolded before their eyes. Around 5 a.m., a hooded man crept into the room, quietly lifted a sleeping Cash from his bed, and vanished into the early morning darkness. Hours later, police believe he took the boy to a remote location where he stabbed him multiple times before abandoning his body. Shockingly, the same man returned to the home about 2 hours later, this time targeting Carter. For reasons unknown, he left without taking him. The suspect was quickly identified as 18-year-old Darian Brown, a known neighborhood troublemaker. His record with police was long and troubling. Reports of prowling, attempted car break-ins, absence invasions, assaults, and even a previous kidnapping of a 2-year-old girl, who was fortunately recovered. Despite these repeated incidents, no decisive action had been taken to stop him. Brown was eventually arrested and charged with capital murder, kidnapping, and burglary. He was initially declared incompetent to stand trial, but later found competent. As of now, his trial has yet to begin. Next, we move to the chilling case of a 14-year-old girl who, while filming a simple hiking trip with her best friend, unknowingly captured their killer on camera, just moments before he ended both their lives.
I didn't murder anybody. Did you not see these 2 girls dead? No, that's what happened. You got pissed off at them. You dragged them down a hill, and you
On February 13, 2017, 13-year-old Abigail Williams and 14-year-old Libby Gernon were dropped off by Libby's older sister near the Monon High Bridge in Delphi, Indiana. It was a regular outing in what was considered a safe, small town. No one imagined danger was lurking nearby, but when the girls failed to return home, worry set in fast. The next day, the search ended in horror. Their bodies were found along Deer Creek, just half a mile from the bridge, throats slit, abandoned in the freezing water. The killer had left behind one critical clue, an unspent bullet, and had made a fatal mistake, leaving Libby's phone behind. When investigators checked it, they found a short video she'd recorded just moments before their murders. In it, a man can be seen walking toward them, speaking in a calm but commanding voice, down the hill.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
His image, frozen forever in that grainy clip. Face of one of America's most haunting manhunts. With witness accounts and the video, police released a sketch and the man's voice to the public. Thousands of tips poured in, over 40,000 in total, but the case went cold for a nut.
Babe, I love you. I didn't murder anybody. I didn't help somebody murder anybody.
Were you on the bridge?
I told them I was on the bridge. I went out to the first trestle.
Oh, okay.
That first
I
thing
don't remember you telling me that. How did a bullet from your gun get out there?
I don't know.
Because they said it came from our gun.
I know that's what they believe me. That's what they're telling me.
But how did it get there?
I don't know. There's 2 explanations. One is the bullet didn't come from my gun.
It did though, honey. They cut ballistics on it.
I get that. Then it didn't come from a murder scene. I don't know what else to say.
Do the right thing, Kathy. Tell him to do the right thing. I can see you're getting pissed off. I understand.
I am pissed off. Did you not see my wife? Did you not see these 2 girls dead? No, that's what happened. You got pissed off at them. You dragged them down a hill, and you killed. I'm done talking. Arrest me.
Happy.
Then, investigators revisited an overlooked tip from the very day the girls went missing. A 50-year-old local named Richard Allen had reported seeing them on the trail. At the time, it had been buried in the flood of other leads. But new forensic testing connected the bullet casing at the scene to a gun registered to Allen, instantly making him the prime suspect. Even with the sketch, the voice recording, and the ballistic match, prosecutors didn't yet have enough to secure a conviction. That changed when Allen made a critical mistake. From inside his jail cell, on a recorded call to his wife, he confessed to the murders.
Yeah.
Are you there? Are you there?
Yes, babe.
Are you not
I did
feeling
it.
well? You did
No,
what?
I did it.
What?
I killed Abby and Libby.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't, dear. There's no way. There's no way, dear.
Love me.
Dear, there's no way. Okay?
I hope you still love me.
I always am going to love you, honey, but no. You have not done anything. And I think you are not well. So you don't need to be saying you did something you didn't do.
I need to know if you still love me, baby.
Yes, dear?
And everybody else will as well, honey.
Yes.
Because I may have to spend the rest of my life here or...
Stop talking about it.
That confession sealed his fate. Richard Allen was found guilty of 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of felony murder, and sentenced to 130 years in prison, ensuring he will never again see the outside world.
Up next, a heartbreaking case of a teenager trapped inside his own family car, gasping for air and desperately calling 911, pleading for help in the final moments of his life.
I need her. Probably don't have much time left to tell my mom that I love her if I die.
On April 10, 2018, 16-year-old Kyle Plush was retrieving his tennis gear from the back of his family's 2004 Honda Odyssey when disaster struck. The folding third-row seat suddenly collapsed, pinning his chest. Unable to move and struggling to breathe, Kyle knew his life was in immediate danger. Using Siri on his phone, since his hands were trapped, Kyle called 911 multiple times. His voice was panicked but clear. He needed help, fast. But instead of treating his calls as a high-priority emergency, dispatchers dismissed the situation, causing a devastating delay.
Cincinnati 911 is the address of the emergency. Cincinnati 911. The Seven Hills Web parking lot? Where are you? Hello? Where are you?
Probably don't have much time left to tell my mom that I love her if I die. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. I'm trapped inside my gold Honda Odyssey van in the Southwood parking lot of Seven Hills Theft. Send officers immediately. I'm almost dead.
For 6 long hours, Kyle remained trapped, alone, and fighting for his life. By the time his father found him in the school parking lot, it was too late. Kyle had died from asphyxiation. The tragedy sparked outrage. Kyle's family accused the police department of gross negligence, alleging that responding officers never even left their patrol car to search for him. The city eventually reached a $6 million settlement with his family, a sum that could never replace their son, but stood as an admission that the system had failed him when he needed it most.